Alright guys, today we got a Q&A with BURAK SARMAN, Burak abi, my coach, my mentor. So we're going to first start off with something just a bit fun, alright? I got to ask, who's the better Burak? Güçlü, Sarman or Bobo?
I don't know. They can comment and tell us who's the better one.
Yeah?
But they don't know who the other ones are, do they?
Not most of them. Only the boys down these ends will know.
So did you say Bobo, Güçlü,
Or Sarman.
or Sarman? I think Bobo's the better one.
Yeah?
Yeah, Bobo's the better one.
Fair enough. Alright, let's get a little bit more serious with it, alright? I want to ask you, how'd you start your business? Like starting up the gym?
Yeah.
How'd you start it? Like such as costs? Or how'd you supply it all?
So my business, I leased out a recreational facility. Actually, people wanted me to teach a lot, so
At schools?
yeah, so at schools, different schools, etc. And then community wanted me to teach in the area, and then I started teaching. And then they wanted me to teach kids classes after I started adults, and then the student base started to grow. So in the small recreation facility that I leased. And then I'm like, you know what? I think I can break even to lease out a warehouse. But as the witness for those days, I'm like, you know what? I want to take this risk. Even if I don't break even for a year or two, it doesn't really matter. I want to take this step, and because everybody wanted me, like, kind of forced me. The community kind of not forced me, but said, we want to train full time. We want to train every night. We don't want to train only 2 days a week, once a week. We want to train full time. We're ready. I go, look, if you're down, we'll do it. And then signed the contract and moved on. And now this is our. And then we outgrew that gym, and then we moved here. And now we're going here.
If you had to say one thing that stood out that was like the hardest thing about opening up your own business, what would it be? If there was one big like thing that you learnt now from opening it up.
So for me, it's like, look, I actually never planned anything. I always, the journey matters, so it's an easy quote to throw around, but I kind of like submitted to the journey, and then whatever happened, whatever presented itself, I dealt with it then. And I feel like then the best decision was to do that, because I feel like if I didn't do that, and I moved overseas or I did something with my jiu-jitsu career, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be doing jiu-jitsu today. You know, in this demographic, in this area. And I remember kids started with me at 10, now they're 18. Kids started with me at 12, they're 20-year-olds, champions. They're living the life, and I feel like, yeah, just take it as it comes. So if you feel like, just listen to your gut. If you feel like it's the right thing, just jump into it. You know, like all the financial, business planning side of things, of course, you got to get advice of the people that have done it, been there, done it. Even if it's not just any big type of business, advise them on it. But the core of it is listening to your gut.
Yeah. You know? I gotta ask you now, what differentiates you from any other athlete? What makes Burak Sarman Burak Sarman?
I don't know, man. I'm Burak Sarman.
Besides the character, of course. I mean, like as an overall athlete.
Athlete, yeah? As an athlete or as a person?
What differentiates you as an athlete?
For me, when I step on the mats to compete, or when I'm training for competition, I feel like I'm a very unique individual. Like
Why? How?
I kind of, because I'm very instinct-based. I'm an instinct-based athlete. So, and right now, as a black belt, as an experienced black belt, as an experienced competitor, I'm kind of finding myself. You know how an animal like finds themselves in the jungle, and then it feels it's like a hunting animal. That once it gets into like a hunting time, it changes around. Like it changes around everyone. And everyone notices that change, and everyone notices his. I guess it's time to it's time to hunt. So it's like 2 months before fights, I start to change now. I'm a different human, you know. And yeah, I want to actually document all this so people can witness it. I can't really describe it. I've become, like, you look at the greats and I couldn't relate to them until recently, because I'm like, how's this guy getting into that zone?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How does Muhammad Ali, after he beats Sonny Liston, he's like, I shook up the world, he's screaming, you know, like, why is this guy doing this? Why is this guy jogging in his boots? Why is this guy waking up in the middle of the night and going for runs? But now I can relate to it, but you can't imitate them. You have to try to live that. You have to walk their path. You have to try to walk their path. Then you start to find your own instinct.
Yeah,
That's the best. Yeah, by walking that path. And for me, people around me can maybe describe it better, how what I become and how what kind of, like I just want to get in there and just test myself, and I just want to get in there and perform.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my strength and my weakness at the same time, because I like to want to get in there and get things done. I'm not a character. I'm a character where I get bored a bit quickly.
Okay.
And then when I'm fighting, nothing's happening. I do rush into things. I get bored and I get a bit too hungry.
Do you reckon it's because you like, say for example, people are watching you, you want to entertain them? Is it
Them as well, but it's
stuff?
them. Yes, in a way, but I actually don't think about the people.
Okay.
I do like people watching me because I want to show my art. But it's like I just want to get it done. You know what I mean? It's my biggest strength. It's my biggest weakness as well. But now it's coming together.
How are you working on it?
Well, it's visualizing. Like when I'm training, I'm visualizing the competition, and I'm trying to feel that instinct, and then trying to control it, trying to tackle the animal within me, like. Because it's like you want to catch him, but is it the right time? Am I feeling it? So it's not coming now.
Yeah.
So it's very important. But that's instinct-based fighters. And then there's point-based, rule-based competitors that run away, competitors that avoid the fight. I like to go straight into the conflict. Like even when I train, I like to go into everyone's A game.
Okay.
And then figure them out and beat them at their own A game. And then sometimes I take this to competition, and it costs me, but it rewards me big time.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's preparing me for the biggest accomplishments of my life, and I really believe in this recently. So this is BURAK SARMAN when he competes, like kind of Hawkeye. You want to call it a hunt, like a leopard in the jungle.
Don't blink, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. It's from that. Like it's like I want to catch you, man. Like I want to do it no matter what. You know what I mean? Cool. But I got some strategy now. I got a bit of strategy when to be that animal. I think I figured it out.
I look forward to seeing it then. Other than that, before you compete and you're on the mats, how do you deal with your competition anxiety or competition nerves before you step on the mats? What do you do? Visualization, you said that before.
Always visualizing as I'm prepared. Even when I'm not have my fights booked, my competition's booked completely.
Yep.
I'm always visualizing competition when I'm training. But pre-fight, you want to get specific or like general?
I'd say both if you can.
Yeah, so I'm trying to be in a good mood. I tried it all. Like I got emotional. I cried before fights. I did that before fights. I listened to emotional music, pump up music.
What did you find the best way to do?
The best way is for me to be happy, be in the zone, and then convince myself and remind myself that I enjoy this and I'm born for this and I want to do this and I chose this myself and I want to be here. And it's all true.
Yeah.
I remember before you register for a comp,
Bit of that
you're like,
excitement.
oh yeah, I'm going to do this. Then you register, 1 week before the comp, you're like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
You know?
That happened to me on nationals.
Yeah, bro.
Wallah.
And then just before you step on the competition mats, you're like, why am I doing this? Then you go, you know what? I chose it. I wanted to do it. I was pumped to do it. I'm going to show my craft. I'm going to go out there and hunt them all down. That's what I want to do. Yeah. And then the music you listen to, like chill. Now it's more happy music, yeah? Hip hop, instrumental hip hop, you know, like music that puts you into the group. Yeah, Michael Jackson, Tupac, old school hip hop, like that stuff gets me happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've got 2 more questions, then we're going to do a little thing that I've got part of the video, a little fun thing, okay? Number 1, you coach and you also compete at the highest level. For example, you fought on Polaris and you fought obviously in Japan and whatnot. Do you find that it's a bit of a detriment that you have both and you're dealing with both at the same time?
Yeah.
Like say for example, if you focus all your eggs in one basket, you could probably be the best athlete, but you can't because you're focused on the gym. Do you find that's a problem that you face now?
Yeah, it is. It was more dramatic, but now it's very clear for me.
What was dramatic?
Because it's like, oh man, look, I could be where this guy is. Like guys I beat have become very famous back in the day, and they deserve everything they have. But it's like, man, maybe if I did that, this would have happened. You know what I mean? I would have been here, there, and then maybe I would have. But then I look, like I submitted to my journey. Whatever was presented to me, I took that. Now, it's a different story because I feel like that's just getting delayed.
So your time's coming.
Yeah, so my athletic career is the pinnacle of it. It's around the corner. Because I've it could have been a few years before, but this is BURAK SARMAN's dream. You know, like it's not anymore. It's not just because someone's a world champion at 30 years old. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean I have to be a world champion at 30, or just because someone's a world champion at 21. This is my journey, my unique journey, and I feel like if I submit to it, it'll happen at the right time. So now it's like, okay, when to be who? The athlete BURAK, the coach BURAK. Coaching came really early in my life. Did I plan it? I didn't. I just submitted to my journey. Happened. Take it as it is. Figure things out, and I reached a very high level. I'm at the pinnacle of the sport in many countries in the world at the moment. I haven't hit top 10, top 15 yet, but I'm really close to it. And I made it happen with what I have. You know what I mean? Now to make the next step, you got to know who to be where, when to be who. You know what I mean? Like I'm a coach, but I'm an athlete. And now thankfully my brand is growing too, and it's self-sustaining. So my brand, I've got a lot of good people like yourself and a lot of boys around that are there taking on responsibility, taking on a lot of, and they're imitating me. They're coming up with their own things, and I can distribute. You know what I mean? I can distribute the weight off my shoulders. I can plan more, better. So it's like it's all coming together. You learn to do it. You know what I mean? You don't have to sacrifice either. You just take it as it comes.
Yeah.
You know, and you deal with it. Like you don't say, "Man, I should have done this." No, you don't compare yourself. Like when you compare yourself, that's when you kind of drown in that. You know what I mean? Because everyone's unique.
Yeah.
So my journey is unique, and you look at the top guys in the world in any sport. Everyone's time has come at a different time.
Yeah, of course.
Look at Leon Edwards now. Like it's emotional because you're like, you look at his story, you're like, this guy's never gonna make it. Then he makes it when people least expect it.
Yeah.
When he least expects it, he's got a feeling, but he doesn't really know. So you really got to trust it, and you got to turn up, do the things necessary. Got to train hard. Again, not just train hard, but you got to train smart, have the right people around, and your time will come.
Makes sense. All right, one more question before we get into the little game thing is you've pursued the career of a jiu-jitsu individual, right? And you've actually trained a few MMA fighters such as Martin Nguyen and whatnot. Why didn't you ever dip into MMA yourself? Such as an MMA fight, even amateur, bro.
Yeah. For me, I always wanted it, and I still do want it, but the competitor in me, the animal in me, wants to test myself in that because it's a fight, it's a real fight, it's a different experience. The adrenaline, I believe, is the same, but it's a different test. You know what I mean? I do want to do it, but I kind of I've got a good family life, and like my morals right now don't allow me to do it at this current time, and I feel like it will shift my focus. It's like I decided a few years ago. I said I do want to do it as a competitive animal, and I really want to do it, but I feel like I want to be a master of one craft, be the best at that craft on this planet at my time, one of the best to do it in my time, at my weight, and then rather than going to because I feel like if I go MMA now, it's not late, but I've got to commit the next 5 years of my life, maybe 10 years of my life, to being the best in the world.
Yeah.
If I want to do it properly, full time, I know who to train with already, but it's all lined up. But it's like I got to do the next 10 years. This is going to be my pure focus, a new goal. Or else, if I go in and now, it's just for a quick fame. Because like if I go in and choke, I said this on another.
I saw that one.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, if I go in MMA now, I get 3-4 easy pro fights. Like I have to fight pro anyway. I have
You
few
wouldn't be
fights. No, I think I'm not allowed anyway. So I'll do a few pro in Australia. Boom, cool highlights. I'll just double my followers, triple them quickly, really quickly, and then I'll go sign 1FC or UAE because I'm already a grappler. I'll get a few more cool submissions, and then I'll just trick myself thinking I was one of the best grapplers in the world. But I actually will be satisfied with a few hundred followers and be like, cool, man, I'm one of the best, but I never proved it. You know what I mean? I never proved it. I want to be a master of one craft, really focus on it. After that, see what happens. But right now, it's like for me, my family life, my morals, my ethics don't allow me to do it right now.
Yeah.
And I just want to be a master of this craft.
I respect that.
And I would, like me and Jake, for example, we started at the same time, and he pursued that path, I pursued the grappling path. His success is my success. You know what I mean? I feel that. When you jump there, your success is my success. When you make it to the UFC, and when I see that, and I'm there, and that's your success is my success. So I believe in this. I genuinely do. And I genuinely believe we all have to have this anyway. But I'm genuinely like if someone around me, or even an Australian, achieves this, it's like I've achieved. I actually feel that. But of course, when you're close with people, you embrace it even more.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I satisfy that in many ways.
Okay.
Either whether it's with Jake, whether it's with Kaan, whether it's with you, whether it's with I've been close with Martin, whether it's with Saki and my friends all over the world. Like, I satisfy this already.
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting. Okay, last part. Berat's hand's probably fucking shaking, bro. You're probably dying. Alright, so for this last part, Abid, I'm going to show you a photo. As soon as you see the photo, I want you to describe the image. It can be like either the image itself, it can be a story behind that specific image, just something that comes to your mind. But I want you to describe the image. Image number one.
Loyalty.
Loyalty? That's the first thing that comes to your head. Anything else you want to say on that one?
It's heart, from the heart. So like, I hug everyone from the heart. That's just me. But that day, I hugged a lot of them, and they all felt the same. So it's special.
There's a video I'll put in the top right corner if you want to watch it. It's on this specific photo. Berat's hand's fucking dying, bro. Alright, image number two.
The fun burak.
The fun burak?
Yeah, the fun burak. The fun burak.
So your brown belt days, you'd say?
Brown belt, that was like, man, I beat him 2 times that day. I've had like 6-7 fights that day, and open weight, my weight, I won Sydney Open. That was
Sydney Open?
Yeah, and he was just sitting there because first fight I beat him, and the second fight he was turtled in and sitting, and I was like,
you muck around with it?
I'll muck around, and I'll just try to annoy him and look a bit, and then see if he opens up.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know this thing will be this famous.
Alright, image number 3.
That's another moment. That's another moment where I believed in the journey even more.
This was your match against Pasha?
That was my match against Rob.
Oh yeah?
Bob Freeze, black belt, open weight. So he beat me before this. In my first fight in black belt, he beat me, and then I fought him in the open weight final, and I armbarred him. And I actually pointed at Craig straight away. And then I went in and I just said, offered thanks.
Why'd you point at Craig?
Because he was watching, and I said, why don't you compete, man? I wanted you to compete that time. Yeah, 2018.
Oh, okay.
And, But then, we talked about the fight. It was a sick fight. And that was one moment where like I wasn't feeling the best, but it was one of the best performances of my life. And it actually made me believe in, like, really submit to my journey. And that's why I believe I know what's around the corner. Yeah.
Sweet. I think there's 2 more images. 2 more. Almost done better. Alright.
Again, brotherhood, heartfelt relationships.
Sweet.
Like my older brothers, we stayed, like I stayed at the house. We did so much, we did so much together, we're still in touch constantly.
That's good. Alright, last one. Bro, look at your hair.
Yeah.
You got this, bro. You got this, bro. You as a buzz cut, bro. I didn't know you had a buzz cut.
So this is in San Diego. I stayed in San Diego for 2 months.
Yeah.
When I was brown belt, I trained at Atos, San Diego. Stayed with Galvao and his team until 2016. Then I competed at the Worlds. And I went into like an army mode 1 week in. I just cut my hair just to train hard. It was actually a very tough trip because I had like a staph infection 10 days before the World Championship. So the camp was going really well.
Yeah. And
Rafa Mendes was one of the best ever to do it. And rolled him. I used to roll him every Thursday for that 2 months. We used to do like Shark Tanks, and he won. That was his last world title, and he beat me up. Yeah, he beat me up so badly, and he was just like so fast, man. Like bum 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 bum, bum. And just amazing trip. So much. So the bold might come back sometimes.
Yes, bro, get it done, get it done.
Might come back. Should have come back.
Yeah. Army Burak?
Yeah.
Okay, bro. Alright guys, that's been the Q&A with Burak Sarman. Be sure to check him out, all his socials and whatnot. Thank you, Abi.
Thanks, brother.
That's it. And thank you to Berat, the cameraman, bro. How's your hand, bro?